Hello, I'm Hatrix, and today we are going to discussing the issue that is in Ascension right now. That is, hello, I'm stuck at 4 to 5k DPS, help. And I don't know how to put this. It's a common issue. I see people are complaining that, hey, this guy's doing 10 to 15k DPS, and hey, I'm not. Why is that? There are few different issues with the meta, and there are a few points you have to take into account. Okay, so there are 4 different things to take into account. That is luck, how lucky you are when you're rolling the character. You can somehow determine this luck, and I'll get more into that later. The other thing are the cards. Do you have all of the required cards in your build, or are you using some second best options? The third one is of course your gear. Do you have full mythic ascended gear plus 10 keys? And the last one is, what build are you playing? Like, is on paper your build like even good? How good scaling are there, and how many things can you hit for it to even be good? So the issue now is, when I prestige this, I use my cards, all of something lightning stuff, and when I then get to 60, I have speedrunned and did mana storm and went to 60 in 1 hour with my friend. And then I'm like, okay, now I can use my 5 to 6 scroll of cases of fortune I got from leveling. I know shit. And let's see if we get anything good. And then 6 extra rerolls is really not anything. And there are so many abilities that you can hit at 60. All of the 60 talents, most of like legendary. If you take all the metamorphosis ones, you can now hit all of these at 60. So chances for me to get any upgrades for my build are insanely low. I mean, almost half the chance. I have the napkin math, but you get the idea. Lots of new things. The more you add to the pool, the lesser chance you have to actually roll the thing that benefits your build. So how do I counter this and negate this? First off, you have to, let me grab this up. So let me take an example when I roll my build. This is an example for my spoiler for my upcoming melee video. This is my example for a slam build. This is where I have these I'm gonna use, and I really need these cards. The need to have, and the abilities doesn't really matter for this. And then what do I want to hit? So this is not the cards I use. This is the cards I could use if I didn't have these ones, but then you're thinking, why is there a red circle around these 2 abilities? That means when I'm level 20, I have a very good chance to roll any of the level 20 abilities. And this increases my chances to roll or hit these 2 talents, because if you again look at all of the abilities, like so many things at level 40, some at level, what the fuck? There's a weird 15 here for whatever. Lots of things you can hit, but by starting your rerolls at level 20, you actually get a lot of chances to hit these abilities, and that means when you're finally level 60, you actually have a pretty good baseline of a build. Like maybe you hit like all 4 of these, and if your baseline build at level 60, without spending any marks on your build, are 4 talents that you really wanted for your build, that's where you have the baseline of, hey, this build can probably do 4 to 5k DPS, because you tell yourself, damn, I wasn't lucky when I spent all my marks at 60. I should probably go speedrun another prestige, and then you're only getting 5 cases of talents. But then you should ask yourself, when is a good baseline for you to settle on, and what is a good skills to hit or talents? How many of these do you actually really need to hit while prestiging to to 60, compared to like what I'm missing now? I'm missing chain lightning. So yeah, I would really want fork lightning 32, and I would really like lightning strike twice, also 32. So if I really needed these 2 talents, and I said to myself, well, I cannot play this build without them, I should really be leveling to 32 and then do all of my rerolls at 32. And each time you do, I don't have any of them right now, each time you do a quest, you get like a box. And I think the boxes from the quest, not handing quest, 100% chance to give you a case of fortune. So that means this actually the slower you are to leveling, the bigger chances are that you, the more chances you have at 32 to reroll your character. And when you're at 32 and you didn't get it, well, then you can chuck your potion and just zoom to 60 and go again. And at 60, of course, you can use your rerolls. Maybe you get it there, but maybe not. But you have a lot higher chances to actually get it compared to zooming to 60 and using your rerolls, especially if you're looking for just 2 things. Why should I ever use my good rolled, why should I ever use these packages on my medium lightning build? Especially, let me show you. This is going to be such a elegant edited video. This is what I'm currently needing on my healer. I need to roll. I just hit the cleansing totem yesterday. I was so happy. It's so nice. But so now what can I actually hit? Like I really want to. Like I'm rolling for 3 abilities. I'm rolling for basically 3 talents, 3.5 talents. So the chances are to like actually hit these abilities. Let me show you a graph. All right. So don't mind all of the other. This is the best graph to illustrate this without me having to do any work. That's me. But this is to illustrate when you're rolling your first, using your first rerolls, the chances to hit like any abilities are so high because anytime you roll, you have all of the possibilities of hitting the talent. Yeah, I know you can be unlucky, but the chances are still pretty high. So right now for me, like the 90%, I have hit almost everything I really wanted to. I'm very happy for it. And so now I'm missing the last like 6 abilities. So the chances for me to actually roll these are like up here. So this is how close my build are to perfect. So then you tell yourself, well, how much of your reroll should you actually be spending for the last ones? If you really enjoy this build, this build, I should definitely go for it. But if you also want to try other builds and stuff, then keep that in mind that you are rolling against the perfect build you have. And yeah. So the other side of the spectrum, and maybe someone else has this issue, you love playing different builds and you love trying out stuff, but keep in mind when you do this, you're investing all of your Keys of Fortune in many different builds. That means when you look at the graph, you are basically sitting at like 40-50%. You maybe hit some of the things, and you can of course hit many of the things, but you're never getting close to the 90% because you are spreading your resources out to so many different builds, so you're never really hitting the top of the graph. Something you can do to prevent this is that, like I did with my poison video, with my serpent form video, is that you level the build, you get all the need to have cards from your leveling, and you maybe hit 1 or 2 to really get an idea, and then you have to say, okay, do I actually like this playstyle? If that is true, then I would suggest, as with the chain lightning stuff, you go slow with the prestige, you try get as many Keys of Fortune as possible, and you really try to hit like maybe 3, 4, even 5 of the talent that you really want to, and then you have a really very good template and a baseline so that you can reroll at 60, and then you're starting pretty good off the graph before you're spending any marks on the build. So yeah, maybe this is an issue other has, and I have it right now with my main. It doesn't really have a good spec, so yeah. The number one thing you can increase your luck with is it starting the seal cards and your skill cards, and you don't want to end up in a situation like this where you don't only have like 2 out of 3, or you don't get the capstone, and you basically just are unlucky from the start because you have to hit one more thing doing your prestige. So yeah, here you can see me opening some cards. You can see I'm getting so fast progression. What does this mean? Every time this bar fills up, I get 4 free packs, and you can see I get 2 free golden packs each time. It's basically 100 gold, and that's for only opening like 4 to 6 packs, depending on your luck. And you can see I get so many golden cards. Why am I getting so much progression? Here you can see I basically have all skill cards, and this is something I've been working for a long time. This is not anything you can start out with, but this is something you can work forwards to and like increasing your luck. How have I been getting so many Dark Moon tickets to get this, and just how have I been making a collection like that? It's pretty simple. I've been making alts. It's not the most efficient way and best gameplay I've ever seen in a video game, but yeah, It's a free method to get it, and this is all my alts right now. I have 6 extra characters sitting, and only having the marks spent on the extra trauma specialization, as you saw, and getting seal packs from that. So like for 20 dailies, I get like 70 packs. That is almost 30 golden packs. That is basically 700 gold. And you can see here, you can basically just go kill the rare, and you can turn the quest in at the call board, and you can just do this like in 20 minutes basically. And for this you get 70 packs. Another quick tip I want to mention regarding the alts is that you can make level 1 characters and just have them sit, and these characters will actually farm up both the dual daily and also the dailies. But while making this video today, I saw this in the Discord, and yeah, I have no idea how this affects the amount of dailies you can do, but keep that in mind that maybe it's not as efficient as it was before. I will, if there's any big changes and I get some information, I will spread the information in the top pinned comments below. Alright, so conclusion time. When is a good time to prestige? This build like hit 2 or 3 things. I'm not very pleased. I'm still missing the chain lightning stuff at 32, so I would probably go again for this example, and then level very slowly until 32 and use all my rerolls from all my quests and see if I hit both of them, and then take a new decision. Did I hit anything else? And if not, then go again. And also then you have to also tell yourself when you're at 60, how are you placing on your ladder? How many things are you missing? Are you pleased enough that you want to pursue the build to go the extra mile? And also, do you even enjoy the playstyle? So another thing is when you have a build that, if you're focused on one build like me and it's on this point on the graph and you're only missing very few things, remember to tell yourself, if you really like this build and you want to invest, go for it, but everything you invest in this to just hit these things, if you cannot settle, it's stuff that any other build you will do will not get any of the cases of fortunes, cases of talents, and you really don't progress any of these builds, and these builds would be staying at like 4 to 5k DPS. So also keep in mind when you're doing like other specs in this season is particular, and you have limited resources with the case of fortune. I know you also have the marks, but just keep in mind on your second specs, remember maybe like 70, 80 on the graph is maybe okay to hit. It's not like 5k, it's not 10 or 15k, but keep it in mind. And yeah, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments if I missed a topic or something was unclear. I would very much like to take the discussion. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.